And let's take a look at how the market also fared on Monday. Now, the Nifty closed around the 23,850 mark amid the global jitters post the failure of the U.S Iran peace talks. Banks, mid-caps and small caps came under pressure, and Indian volatility index, or the India VIX, surged to 8.7%. Now, all the major sectors closed in the red. Auto, along with oil and gas, were the top sectoral losers, while the top Nifty losers included Eicher Motors and Maruti Suzuki. My colleague Harsh is now joining us with a roundup of how the market shaped up yesterday.
Well, talking about the Nifty, it was actually a decent day for recovery. We were down nearly 2% at the day's low, but we recovered nearly 300 plus points to close in around the 23,845 kind of level. So we saw a decent 300 odd point recovery from the day's low, which is clearly a positive, and that's only on the index. In fact, on the Nifty mid-cap and small-cap indices, we saw much sharper recovery. While we closed in the red, we were down around anything between approximately 0.5% both on the Nifty mid-cap and small-cap indices. We still saw very healthy 2% recovery from the day's low, which was heartening to see. In terms of the breadth, there was a marginal improvement, but nonetheless, the breadth was still negative for a better part of the day, continued to remain negative at close as well. But when we saw at the start of the day, we had around 50 odd stocks which were trending in the green. We closed with around 150 stocks trending in the green. So there was clearly a bout of positivity even in broader markets within that Nifty 500 basket. Now let me talk about some stocks and within the stock basket in terms of contributors. The heavyweights did a lot of the pulling down. In fact, HDFC Bank, Reliance were some of the key losers in trade today. Reliance was down 2+%. HDFC Bank down over 1.5%. And on a day like that, they contributed over 100 negative points to the Nifty index. ICICI Bank was a key positive contributor on the index, so that one also stood out. In terms of some of the trends, paint stocks, the oil sensitives obviously took a bit of a knock given the fact that oil moved above the $100 a barrel mark. So that one was the other set of stocks in focus. Let's talk about sectors now. And within the sectoral basket, you saw defense, energy to some extent stay in the green on an otherwise tough day of trade. 2% low on auto was the top loser in trade. 1.5% down on oil and gas. FMCG also down 1.25%. IT down 1.1 odd percent. And in fact, IT was one of those outperformers, but turned out to be sort of an underperformer versus the index move by the end of the day. And the Nifty Bank also closed around 0.5% thereabouts lower, given that the heavyweights were the ones which were pressuring the index. So broadly, that was the day of trade. We'll have to wait and watch as to how Wednesday pans out.
All right, so that's how the market shaped